Welcome back to Crypto Tutorial. On today's video, I would like to discuss Binance and how it's currently performing and how it will be performed during the upcoming hours and as well days. Before doing so, I would highly appreciate it if you could follow me on Twitter at ThoroughCrypto, where you will be kept up to date about all upcoming development on this YouTube channel. And as well, very important, you will be supporting this channel by doing so. So let's get started on Binance. If we take a look, we are already opened up the 4-hourly time frame. What we are clearly seeing is that we are creating this beautiful higher high structure. So that is something I want to immediately say to you. We are creating this beautiful higher highs, but if we enable the RSI, we can clearly see that we are seeing the opposite taking place. We are creating this lower highs on the RSI. So clearly we are forming right now a bearish divergence. We are seeing those higher highs and those lower highs on the RSI. Therefore, a bullish divergence is taking place right now. So what I personally think is that we are for sure going to see a decline in Binance price action, and how far that decline will be, that is something I would like to discuss during this video. So this being said, yes, we can see an even further decline in the RSI due to the fact that we still have a lot of space, plenty of space actually, to see a further decline in the RSI, and as well a decline in the price action of BNB will follow. So this is actually something you would like to monitor very closely right now. If we enable the MACD immediately, you can clearly see that we are right now experiencing momentum towards the downside. Yes, we are seeing that we are experiencing some minor decline in its momentum, but I personally think that we could perhaps see even more momentum towards the downside, even if we are going to see another higher high getting created on the chart. We could still see a bearish divergence on the RSI, and therefore I think it is very likely that we are going to see a further decline in BNB during the upcoming hours or perhaps during the weekend. So this is something you have to consider right now if you are holding BNB. As well, you can clearly see that the wave indicator, we are as well creating a lower high on the MACD, and this is confirming that we are actually going to see a further decline in BNB's price action. So what are the levels of support underneath us? So if we enable the EMA ribbon, you can clearly see that the EMA ribbon is supporting the current trend. We are right now finding support on top of the EMA ribbon, and clearly we have done so before. But personally, I think that if we are going to see right now a minor increase in price action, that we will for sure eventually break out further down, perhaps heading towards a retest on top of the 531 US dollars. Why I think this is a level you have to take into consideration is because we have seen previous resistance underneath this area, and therefore I think this will be for sure a stronghold. This would actually be quite healthy as well, due to the fact that we will still get supported by the EMA ribbon at that point in time. But it is also very likely that we are going to see once again a decline in price action heading towards the 0.618 Fibonacci at approximately $516. So this area for sure has been a stronghold previously. You could clearly see that at this point in time, and if we head a little bit further towards past data, you can clearly see that we also saw resistance underneath this area. Therefore, if we are going to see an even further decline below the 531 US dollars, that is the red line you are seeing, we are for sure heading towards the 516 US dollars, and I think this is going to be perhaps the stronghold where we are going to see BNB holding strong for the upcoming days, and afterwards seeing an increase or perhaps a decline if we break underneath this area. But right now the current trend looks actually rather good, and if we actually see a retest of this zone, it actually still looks absolutely marvelous due to the fact that we are creating still a higher low on the chart, and therefore I'm not complaining about this at all. At the moment, when we break below the 0.618, below the $516, that is exactly the moment when you would like to reconsider and take a look once more at what BNB is currently doing. Also, what I think is very important is to take a look at the 200-day moving average. The 200-day moving average is heading towards the 0.618. It is heading in this direction. And if we are going to see a decline right now, for sure, it will happen in the upcoming hour, perhaps day. And therefore, I think each time, each hour, we will see the 200-day moving average reaching closer and serving as a level of support closer to the 0.618 at $516, perhaps a little bit underneath it, but it's still a major stronghold. As you could see here, the 200-day moving average is always a good indicator when you can see major support being found. So these were the things I wanted to discuss for sure. But let's take a look at lastly what a possible breakout is going to look like and what type of pattern we are currently seeing. So if I disable this trend line, I would like to place a parallel channel. We have already seen 3 touch points on this ascending resistance. So this is a confirmed resistance line on top of us. What I think is important to note that this is not a completely confirmed ascending parallel channel due to the fact that we have only seen 2 touch points on top of this ascending support, and therefore this is not a confirmed pattern yet. But still, if we're going to see a breakout, I think this is the breakout we're going to look at, and that breakout is going to be measured by selecting the touch point of the ascending resistance all the way towards the ascending support area. So if we're going to see a breakout occur above, we are heading towards the 0.786 Fibonacci at $599, something I think would be absolutely great, but we will perhaps create an even bigger bearish divergence on the RSI, and therefore we could see afterwards major decline in price action or even a rejection when we are heading towards this area. So this move is going to be a move of approximately, let's take a look, 6.5% if we're going to see a breakout. As well, if we are seeing a breakdown, it will be also a breakout of approximately 6.5%. And you can clearly see that if we are seeing a breakdown, we will be heading towards a retest of the 0.618 at $516, and therefore I personally think that we will for sure hold strong on top of this area, and after a period of consolidation on top of this area, I personally think we're going to see an increase afterwards. So thank you very much for watching. If you like the content, do not forget to give me a thumbs up down below. It will be highly appreciated, and thank you very much.
We all know the bank sucks, so we're saying goodbye, messing all their plans up. We having a good time.